Hey, what's up everybody? It's Vids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time we'd intended to check out the new updated true ending, except we didn't have all the crafting resources that we needed, somewhat surprisingly, so we jumped in to do a few chaos trials to farm up that stuff, and now we should be good to go. So if we head over to that incantation, which again, the only reason why we would need to do this is because we've already seen the true ending and we need to retroactively access it by doing this time travel of sorts. But if you have not yet seen the true ending, then technically you may not need to do this. It's returning to a real possibility. Reminisce at the Fountain of the Dead to return to an earlier point in your journey if you wish. Time marches ever forward. To what extent its course is predetermined, only the fates can say. So admittedly, I don't know exactly how this works. If it basically just sets us back in the crossroads and we then set up a run much like we typically would, except we can access the true ending once again, or if it throws us straight into a run with whatever we currently have equipped, and maybe it puts us on the final floor right before the Kronos encounter. I really don't know. So maybe it does make sense for us to set up a few things here just in case. I mean, I kind of doubt that's how it works, but I really don't know, so just to be sure. I guess the bonus bones weapon would be the staff. Yes, we are still looking to finish a run with the aspect of Medea. Oddly enough, that is the last weapon aspect that we need to finish one of those big prophecy / achievements. But I think for this one, I want to keep it just the new true ending as the main focus and not get distracted by other things that we can potentially do on subsequent runs. So if we are to do the staff, that one says 10 fear against Cerberus. And it does feel like for a while now we had been using the rival fights as more or less a baseline for our fear and saying, all right, we can pretty consistently do the first 3 and then if necessary throw on a few extra fear points to get up to 10, maybe 12. But it does feel like now, after having experimented a bit more, that maybe we've been doing it the hard way. And after seeing that, oh, you know, maybe Return isn't so bad after all. Maybe, what are some of the other ones we've tried? We've done Menace a fair bit. That's 5 fear already. Obviously, that is not yet at the threshold that we're looking for, but it's getting somewhere. And after having done some of these, it felt like, you know, these are not that noticeable, at times at least. And with the rival fights, yes, sure, we have, for the first 3, for the most part, been able to get past them fairly consistently, but not always without having to use a Death Defiance or 3. So, seems like these have been much smoother than these. So it almost feels like it's been us taking off the weighted vest or something like that, and suddenly it's seemingly a lot easier to get higher fear runs than we were assuming. So what else do we want to round out? 5 more fear. We could do Vow of Forfeit. We did do this once before. And other stuff we were thinking about, we did Vow of Hubris once or twice. With the staff, I feel like that's tough because some of the staff stuff is very charge skill oriented. I mean, if we did Aspect of Circe, it's all about the cast and we don't necessarily need to have a charge cast. If we do that, that gets us up to 7. Don't need to be too worried about priming magic, or at least hopefully not. And then this does make things tricky because it makes it more or less impossible to use the keepsakes that give you a specific boon-giving god or goddess, Selene being the main exception to that, but maybe we can still get by with that. Obviously, it's also 1 fewer boon per floor in all likelihood, but let's make sure we actually throw on the staff, of course. And we'll go, yeah, I think Aspect of Circe, for the most part, has been the aspect that seems the most powerful here. And then it does seem like some of the familiars might be better with this aspect than others, because the whole point is you drop the cast and your familiar also creates a cast right on top of them, and then you also get that psychic leash between you and your familiar. So familiars that, like, I know last time I think we took Hecuba, and Hecuba seems to be the most mobile of all the familiars. She kind of chases behind you more or less all the time. So it means the leash is actually probably shorter than it would be with any other familiar, maybe making that less effective, and it also makes it maybe a little more likely to hit the same enemy with 2 separate instances of a cast, but less likely for you to cover the entire arena with one. So, don't know. I mean, Gali is generally our go-to for the tricky ones, but Tula is pretty stagnant unless you make a point of running into her. So it feels like, if you want to extend the length of the leash, she might be the best. And if she happens to be hanging out near one of the enemies, then even the second cast could be good for her. So maybe we'll try that. Just double check. We have been farming up a fair bit of the resources to max out the familiars, and I think we don't quite have enough just yet, but we're very close. So why don't we max you out, at the very least? I think we're like 1 or 2 away from being able to max all the familiars. Let's see. Oh, we just haven't upgraded that at all yet, it seems. Is that the case? Oh yeah, these 2 are both maxed out. Okay, I see.
Nourishing.
So Tula might have, well actually, I was about to say the most damage, direct damage of all the familiars. It's just relatively infrequent. No, I think Golly does have that distinction because it's very infrequent. It's only when you get the blocks, but it's several hundreds of damage for her, whereas Tula, it's 99 per hit. But now with that upgrade, it's a lot more hits. So let's treat again.
Surprise.
So if it's 99 per hit, and then at the last rank, it might get her up to 10 hits total, in which case it takes a little while, but that is just about 1,000 damage.
Well, look at you.
So that is definitely nothing to snuff at. Yeah. So at that point, it is more damage than Tula. Or rather, this is Tula. It's more damage than Golly. So Tula, yeah, might be the highest pure damage. It just takes a little more micromanaging, because you do have to directly run into her, which more often than not just comes from random chance. But okay, so there is that. I like the aspect. Let's throw on a keepsake that we like here. We were trying to level up the Transcendent Embryo a little bit in those Chaos Trials. It was a rare opportunity to do that in Chaos Trials, where we could actually choose the keepsake. So we're hoping to fairly soon do a run with the Transcendent Embryo for the entire run, because that is an achievement that might be a prophecy as well. But as I was saying, kind of want to save that as a dedicated run for something other than this new updated true ending. So yeah, we could do it for 1 floor to level it up even more, or at least get closer to leveling it up. That's probably just barely not enough to rank you up to the final rank with 1 floor. We could still do it. Otherwise, Gold Purse, as always, is an option. Silver Wheel could combat the extra magic priming from the fear, but that might be a losing cause. Might be a Sisyphusian task. So, I don't know. Let's try this.
Right.
May it serve you well.
Okay, and then just quick double check here. I think these are Arcana cards that we do like to use. Yeah, okay. Just making sure we aren't accidentally setting ourselves up for something a little bit nasty there. So, gonna do that in just a second, but maybe the other thing is, I'm pretty sure we are running low on the nectar, and I want to make sure that if this does turn into an opportunity to gift to some people who we tend not to see, that we can actually capitalize on that opportunity. And then I guess, so this is going to require at least one of those Shadow or Stardust, I always forget which one it is. That's what we had to farm with the Chaos Trials. But we do have a little bit to spare, because we did a few Chaos Trials. So as I said, we're close, but not quite there to get all of the beast-loved morsels that we need. So I think 1 more of these would do the trick. Oh, but we need to, hold on, do this first.
Got everything.
But does it immediately throw us in?
Freely forth, then I would see a prior point, a possibility.
How does this work?
So mote it be. Through dreams and time, the past reveals itself.
Oh. Okay. What the peace sign from that shade? Did you see that? Okay, so we've done that. Now, let's throw one of these on as well, I think. That should do the trick for that stuff. And that costs nectar, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure we picked one up there. Okay, so I think we're good planting all the seeds, both actual and metaphorical, in preparation for this run, and I assume this means examining you throws us in somewhere, and we should be ready to go now, theoretically, so here goes nothing.
There are no second chances in this world. The Titan Kronos once intoned that there is no undoing past mistakes. Mere fleeting possibilities, lost to time.
possibilities that could have been.
Oh, reminisce. The right bumper. Okay, I just wanted one other thing I want to double check is just, since we switched up the weapon... Does this still make sense? Yes, it's 10. That's exactly the number we need. We did not go any rival fights. I mean, if we're skipping to the final boss fight, then it actually could be an opportunity to just throw on the first 3 rival fights for free, basically. I guess we're gonna end up, in that case, we would end up skipping Cerberus anyway, so I don't know. I'm not sure how it works. Let's just hop in and see what happens. Okay, Myths Retold. Thank you for playing Hades 2 and congratulations on your victory. Here, you may choose to turn back time to an earlier possible point in the story, in which Melinoë has fought, but not yet vanquished Kronos and Typhon. Okay, so it's both of them technically. Thus shall her tale be retold. This lets you re-experience the key events in the story, or experience rare events you may have missed without resetting the rest of your progress. Most of your progress will be preserved. Any Zodiac Sand and Void lenses you have will be restored after the end credits, so we will still get the credits rolling. We'll probably skip through them, even though it's nice music, just because we have obviously already seen all that stuff. Just about everything else you have already unlocked will remain unlocked. If you have not yet fulfilled the Fated List of Prophecy, Melinoë Help Us, that is the one for freeing the Fates. We have not yet done that. Bear in mind, it can only be fulfilled after the end credits. Okay, note, only key events in the story will be reset if you proceed. Okay, so I think that's fine. I wasn't really sure if it was gonna send us in just for the Kronos fight, a full-blown run, full-blown runs both on the surface and down below, in which case this might be 2 runs. Let's see, undo story progress. Proceed if you wish to reset key events in the story. This cannot be undone. Let's do it.
I shall return.
Few tales are told of Hades, especially whilst he is bound in chains in Tartarus, a prisoner of time, no longer ruler of the underworld. His soul's salvation and our own is the fierce princess of the dead. She has at last confronted both of her great foes, scheming Kronos, the Titan of Time, and colossal Typhon, the father of all monsters. Confronted, but not vanquished either one. Yet.
It hurts. Death to Kronos.
Crossroads with Kronos and Typhon undefeated. Okay, so I suppose now that we have done that, it is worth acknowledging that obviously we have experienced the initial true ending, and as I said then, and I'll repeat now, to be honest, I was disappointed. It felt like it was disjointed, it had a big twist that kind of came out of nowhere and didn't land, at least in my opinion. Now the developers, obviously this is what, their 4th or 5th game that they've done? Bastion, Transistor, Pyre, Hades 1, Hades 2, so this is the 5th, and many of the other games, spoiler alert, had big twists as well, and I have generally been fans of those twists in those games, but it just felt like they executed those much better. So I assume that with this new updated true ending, we're still going to see many of the big things happen the way that they happened. I assume we're not going to get wholesale changes, but if they can just make the build up into that twist ending feel a little more believable, a little more natural, I think that could go a long way. So that's what I'm hoping that we'll see. Maybe the changes will be more dramatic than that. I really don't know. Obviously, I haven't seen them yet, so we'll just have to see. And I had originally kind of just assumed it was going to be Kronos and only Kronos, but I guess we do have to go up for Typhon as well, which admittedly might change the plan a little bit, because this wants to send us down. You know what? Maybe I was saying didn't really want to do multiple different things in one run, at least not on this occasion. Wanted to give the full attention to the new true endings. I did read in the patch notes, they said there are much more significant changes to the final run in the underworld than there are to the final run going up. I mean, that makes sense because there wasn't that much additional plot with the final surface run. There was a whole lot more in the final Kronos fight. So maybe it's not a huge deal to squeeze in a few other things on this surface run. In which case, we could switch weapons, we could go Aspect of Medea. I mean, that'd be 16 fear for that, although that also wants to send us down. So yeah, it's kind of awkward one way or another. I'm not loving that. I think we probably just take the bonus bones weapon. We're going up. Because I assume we have to do Typhon first and then Kronos. At least that was the case originally. Maybe that's different now that we're rewinding time a bit, but I think we just go up, we get the bonus bones. Nightmare is a non-factor, fear is non-factor, that means, for this one, so we'll just see what happens. We'll just see what's new.
To the surface.
But I think, based on what I was reading from the patch notes, changes are probably not that dramatic here. And I suppose it is an opportunity for us to get a little bit of extra levels, extra experience on this, which, as I said, is a useful, smaller, preparatory thing that we can do. Okay, so Hestia first.
Don't let us keep on jerking you around, all right? First we got you going after Kronos, now we got you coming here to our defense. Blast. Though just in case nobody said it yet, we really do appreciate the help.
I am curious to see if just these normal conversations with people over the course of the run are any different because of our time-traveling shenanigans that we're getting up to here. Like, have we heard this from Hestia? Maybe. Yeah, let's see. So I did also notice that our random chaos boon from this keepsake happened to be one that gives us bonus cast damage, which is really fitting for this weapon aspect. No cast boons here, unfortunately, but guess we'll just take you. It does still make sense for us to use the cast, if nothing else, just to give us a way to make that psychic leash show up. Okay, and then we have Tula, who is the automatic fishing familiar.
Come on out.
Thank you.
Cheers for that, Tula.
I don't recognize that one. There's a chance we haven't seen that one yet. Okay, at least we have something we can upgrade here with this palm. There's sometimes the risk of getting early palms. Oh right, the cast is still on the ground. That's why I can't do anything with it. I knew that. Yeah, I would really like the cast to do direct damage. Okay, obviously it's going to be that.
Just squeeze on through.
Okay, let's see what we're working with here. So theoretically, one would think that this shouldn't be too difficult since we're not going with any fear here. But you never know. So Medea, early on, as is often the case, could be quite nice. Hammer, similarly, would be good to see how we can build around there. Selene, earlier you get her, the more time you have to power her up, and the Hex. Although, alright, we don't have to worry about priming a bunch of magic, because we deactivated that fear, so no concerns there with setting up our Hex by spending magic. So that still works. So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3. We do already have Hestia, so we could double down on her. That's 4. Demeter could be 5. I do like her cast a lot, at least for big time freeze potential, which with 2 casts on the ground is really nice unless we want to go pure damage. There are 2 Apollo rooms here. Not a huge fan of Apollo's cast though. So, and there's Ares. I don't know who I want for that cast, to be honest with you. It might be Hestia. So I think let's go Medea. Let's see what we get there. And then maybe the other thing will be, we'll base which gods and goddesses we want around which Hex we end up getting. Because there could be duo potential.
To all the enemies of Hades near and far, may ravens strip you of your flesh and eyes, all your extremities sent to a pickle jar, and beetles spit up from your mouths of lies. Whether you dwell upon the surface or below, your every step shall be with stabbing pain.
I think we have heard this before.
No peace or mercy you shall ever know, ere you repent and die again. So mote it be.
Not any nicer the second time, though.
Peace, sorceress.
Yeah, no, that's not the word I would use to describe what you were just saying. Also, We'll pass on the gifts for now. We are still pretty low on the nectar.
Your stronger dream vapors helped me get deeper into the psyche of Lord Hypnos, but unfortunately not deep enough. He's still dozing away. Anything else I can try?
Oh, now that could be huge. Now, I kind of thought that any conversations we're having with people here would not progress other major things that we've been working toward because we're kind of winding back the clock, but maybe this is the same conversation we had with her before, and this is remaking the second time when we've tried to use the dream vapors rather than a new third time.
Oh, there's always something. Rearrange some pieces of his mind, perhaps. Have you tried stabbing him repeatedly?
No, I don't think we have. Nor do I particularly have any intention to do so.
I was thinking more along the lines of his connection to his brother, the incarnate of death. Is there some way to imbue the dream vapors with the essence of the dead?
Why, certainly. The properties of sleep and death go hand in hand. I think I can point you in the right direction on that one. Do tell me how it goes.
Oh, is this going to be the recipe for a new incantation, perhaps? Yes. End to dumbest slumber? Did I read that correctly? Oh, we have not seen either of these. Okay. Let's see. Could be a good opportunity to nab one of them, since, again, technically this is going to be an easier run with no fear on it. Less travel speed. Lose 50% of armor. Feel like this one I'm the least likely to take in the future, so maybe we use it as an excuse to do it this time around.
I thought you'd never ask.
That is a fair statement, because so often I just completely ignore the ones that do bonus damage to armor.
They should be terrified of you.
All right, so that's hello. Also this. It's kind of nice when they all line up and you can hit numerous at a time, like so. Oh, still a dude there. Okay. So, I think we probably go hammer next. Then we'll do Selene and see if Selene gives us any further direction. Oh, well, there you go. Excuse me, I got rid of half of his armor for you. That was totally all us.
To give another glorious performance, huh? Now then.
Nope, nope, come back here. Stop running away. He keeps on running away. Get this guy. Get that guy. There we go. Get this dude. I'm just completely ignoring every other enemy. Does anyone even have the icon? Yes, there is someone with the icon on. I did not see where they went, though. I'm completely ignoring anything that would deal damage to us. Probably have taken a lot of hits here. Pretty sure all the marked enemies are gone now, though. Excuse me, that was rude. So we don't have a lot of high-speed damage at the moment, because the cast is going to eventually be the thing that we build around, and it is not yet really doing anything, besides just the leash. But that's a lot of gold. And remember, we did not start with the gold keepsake, so that actually more than makes up for it. Did take a lot of damage, though. Okay, let's see. Nothing new here, but what do we like? Can channel plus 30 magic into your charge special, deal way more damage in a large area, attacks are 50% faster. We'd love to see cast stuff here, and we are not seeing anything along those lines. More range, deal plus 100% damage to distant foes. Don't yet have an attack boon. We do have a special boon. Wasn't necessarily planning to build around that, though. Really want the cast, so I feel like just making the attack faster.
My staff.
So we can sneak it in more easily, even if it's not the focal point. Might be the move. Okay, now theoretically, the prophecy for freeing the fates does require that we get to know certain people better, and I do suspect one of those people is Heracles, although seemingly we did make progress on one of those fronts without gifting to people, so part of me feels like, well, we should probably gift to him or other people we think might be necessary to get to know better for that prophecy. Part of me feels like, well, you're gonna get it eventually, even without that. Maybe it doesn't expedite things at all.
If you're a daughter of Hades for true, that makes us cousins, doesn't it? Although knowing my father, you must have a lot of those.
True.
I've met quite a few recently among the Olympians themselves, but I grew up mostly in solitude.
Thank the fates for that. Fewer relatives means fewer obligations, fewer wars to be recruited into through no doing of your own other than being born.
Alright, so I think we are going to pass on gifting to him. Let's hop in here. Another armored enemy. Of course, once you get the armor-oriented stuff from Medea, or anything else, suddenly you take notice every time there's an armored enemy, and you go, see, look, it was justified. And a lot of palms for something that, as I said, didn't really plan on building around. Okay, let's proceed. So yeah, hammer didn't really give us what we were looking for there, I think is somewhat fair to say. I mean, maybe long term, but let's go, Selene. See what we get here. Where are the enemies? They're over here. Oh, I was gonna say, where's my psychic leash? It just does not exist for some reason. Okay, yeah, the attack combo is definitely significantly faster. That is nice. So as I said before, the cast not yet doing any direct damage is a bit of a problem. I'd like to address that soon.
Should put a dent into that barrier.
I have something for you.
Oh? That was a longer animation than usual.
Hestia always proved difficult to track, and yet she willingly revealed herself to you. Either your reputation grows, or does the desperation of the gods.
Now, this seems like a very simple conversation to have, one that I would have expected to have had a long time ago with Selene. Maybe it's just because we have not taken that many Hestia boons, so there haven't been as many opportunities to talk about this. Let's see. This is Hephaestus for the duo. This is Demeter. And there is Demeter in one of the rooms here, so that... And this is Poseidon? Yeah, I think that means we probably go with this. Even if, in a vacuum, I don't love any of these, to be honest with you, but we'll go with this.
We shine.
Together we shine.
Okay, nothing else of note in here, but that's the kind of direction I was hoping we might have gotten from Selene, so now we have pretty good reason to go here. That would be really good if we actually had damage directly from the cast. Unfortunately, though, we do not.
The sigil of frost.
Indeed.
You inherited your mother's flaxen hair, and seemingly her force of will. Greenery would burst to life for her. The dead would too, if but they could. Within the reaches of my heart not yet grown cold, I know she still is safe.
Right, because remember, in this run, we've not yet freed our mother and our father. Okay, so... I mean, this is what I'd like to see. Could we could Narcissus keepsake this? I mean, the sort of quality of life, utility of it is very good. The pure damage of it, not amazing. There's definitely better there. And so if we were more of an attack or special-oriented build, then this would be fine, even with common rarity, but less so the case here. But maybe we still take it, and there are means to upgrade it later on. Otherwise, healing or the attack. I mean, we could re-roll and just see if we get higher rarity there. I'm a little tempted to do that, but yeah, we'll do it.
I I choose otherwise.
Yeah, because we can just get this directly. Or this, which is also really nice, but we'll take you. It is a cast boon. It is a really good cast boon. Not necessarily for pure damage, but for everything else, it is pretty amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can make that work.
Some bones for later use.
What was this giving us? Cast deal more damage, and we didn't have a cast boon. Oh man. Well, now for the next what, 3 rooms, that's very meaningful. Oh, we have 2 pylons remaining. Okay, so that is just barely still going to be active in the boss fight, which is really nice. And that's only the case because we chose to go to Medea's room, which does not count as an encounter because there are no enemies in it. Okay, so now from here, we do already have Hestia. So getting an extra Hestia is kind of intriguing. Double life is generally good value. Otherwise, Apollo could be nice as well. Doesn't Apollo have a sort of secondary cast boon, which we can still get, that makes casts grow larger over time, which with 2 freezing casts could basically cover, in some cases, the entire room and freeze them in the process, so that is a little intriguing. Let's try that.
Got you.
Oh, and this is the room where everything blows up. And then I still managed to somehow get hit by things other than the stuff that blows up. One moment. A little hard to get to you when you're standing over there. Okay.
I
There we
think
are.
not.
Ever wondered just how gargantuan is Typhon, the father of all monsters, truly? Well, you need but pay a visit here and you'll find out. Till then, we'll just have to fend him off.
Another conversation that seems a little strange to hear at this point. I know, again, we're winding back the clock a bit, but we've certainly seen Typhon plenty of times before. Okay, so this was the boon that I was referring to that I would like to see, but again, common rarity, not really what I was looking for. We are going to be casting a lot. Usually I'm not a big fan of this magic restoration boon, but given how we are going to be spamming this cast all the time, could still be useful. This is a good sprint defensively. I think it does not do anything at all offensively, but we could potentially justify that. Yeah, we'll go for it.
Not moonlight, that's for sure.
That's okay. We know Apollo and Selene can get along. We may be seeing that soon. Or actually, in one more run, I guess. Alright, so now the question of do we go second Apollo or do we want the extra max life? I mean, it's normal Polyphemus, not rival Polyphemus, so I mean, yeah, it'd still be nice, but we can probably get by without it. I'd like to believe we can get by without it.
How many of these do they have?
Yes. More enemies where those came from. Getting a decent attack boon to go along with that hammer upgrade that we got would suddenly make our attack very good. It's definitely already better at breaking the urns than the special is.
Hestia has joined us here, cousin. Returned from all her journeys across the world to lend her wisdom in our time of need. Where glows her hearth flame, you shall also find my light. And together we can... Oh.
Duo? This early?
Oh, shut it, golden boy. We don't have time for pageantry. Instead, how about we show your wee cousin there how we can light up the night? Won't do for her to wander in the dark.
Don't think we've seen their duo before. What is this? Hold on. No, we have? Whenever you dodge or daze... okay. No, that's not me. That's just a grammatical mistake. Whenever your dodge or daze causes a foe to miss, restore 10 life. Okay. Sure. We don't have a ton of that. Well, I mean, we get daze on the sprint. Should be applying pretty regularly. It's only a 20% chance for the enemies to deal no damage, but that'll add up a little bit over time. There's an extra defensive source. There was no side room. Yeah, okay. So in that case, onward we go. And yeah, despite not taking the extra gold for the keepsake, we still have 600 plus gold here, which is really nice. We should be able to
see something of use.
Get quite aggressive. Okay, now naturally when I said that special is not as good at breaking urns as the attack, I use the special and break 2 golden urns in one go without even realizing it.
A bulb of garlic.
Okay, that's also the equivalent of an earth boon. Okay, so Ares, we'll definitely take that. Not sure we really need this. Let's see what Ares gives us.
Olympus, I accept this message.
As I said, attack would be nice, although... That's kind of nifty, making the cast stronger. Yes, it does need to be a charge cast in this case, but... Ooh. Does the cast count? No. Cast does not count for this. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Okay. I think we take this then. I'm not sure we need this. I know we don't have magic restoration yet, but we also aren't really using much magic yet. Yes, we did just take a boon that gives us reason to do so, but I think we can potentially get better use out of our gold, especially on surface runs where you can always expedite deliveries, which can be especially helpful. So we'll save the cash for now. Here's normal Polyphemus.
Living here, it has its ups and downs. Lately, for instance, I don't get a lot of peace, though I sleep like a rock. I don't know, maybe I ought to move.
I wholeheartedly support that choice.
Yep.
Aren't you more accustomed to island living anyhow? This city life, even on the outskirts here, the pace is far too quick.
Even when it's a city of the dead. Still, pace is far too quick.
I know what you want me to do. Although I miss the island life now that you bring it up. Still got unwanted company sometimes, but not so much as now.
Oh? And we're still looking for the progress with the Odysseus subplot line where, for whatever reason, we can't progress his relationship. He has to resolve some issues with old acquaintances, and his keepsake is tied to Polyphemus, which makes me wonder if that is who he needs to somehow reacquaint himself with, or if it's someone else entirely. But that means every once in a while when I hear Polyphemus say he's doing something special, or when, you know, there might be something out of the ordinary with Polyphemus, it does make me wonder. Okay, Tula, if you could just relocate a little bit, that would be great. That was very useful. Double. Oh, hold on. I almost got hit by that. He also phased right as I did it, in large part because Tula was right on top of him when I used the cast, which is quite useful and would have been what I was going for there, if not for you having done this. I kind of forgot what the... Oh, the hexes. This. Also very good opportunity to do that. Yep, you definitely did spot me, I'll give you that. Alright, Tula theoretically does almost 1,000 damage, which is actually kind of insane.
Wake up down there.
Oh, hello. Yeah, when he's just hanging out there, that is pretty insane how much damage that can add up to. If he just continues to jump in that stuff, one of the easiest Polyphemus fights ever. Yes, it's normal Polyphemus, but even with that being said, we're still lasering him. Okay, so let's see. We did... Well, we're about to swap off... Oh. About to swap off the Chaos Keepsake, which would give us extra gathering resources. I guess in the next room, it's still possible.
Into the purse.
Get a little bit of that stuff while we're at it. But yeah, it's not quite up to rank 3 yet. Probably a couple rooms away. So, I mean, we could keep it on if we feel like, oh, this is pretty much just a run that we're dedicating to farming up some stuff, since we don't expect it to be all that difficult. Did we end up having a boon we wanted to rarefy with Narcissus, or did we end up circumventing that by re-rolling? I think we circumvented that by re-rolling, so that means we don't really need Narcissus here. We may have some flexibility in that case. We could potentially keep this on. Yeah, one more encounter. The frustrating thing is that I think we saw when we were doing the Chaos Trials recently with this keepsake, if it ranks up mid-floor, it's, or before it re-rolls a new boon every 8 encounters, it does not just immediately automatically bump up the rarity tier of the current boon that you have. You have to wait those 8 encounters, so that's why it would be kind of nice to get that last encounter to rank it up, so that when we do, in the relatively near future, do a Transcendent Embryo run for the entire run, we have it from rank 3, giving us the best possible Chaos boons from the onset. So that's why I'm a little bit tempted. Alternatively, Crystal Figurine, that's another one that we've, at times, had some interest in using and ranking up, because it does improve pretty significantly when you rank it up. It improves the level of the Arcana cards. We could do that. Alternatively, I mean, yeah, just looking at other keepsakes that were close to maxing out but don't quite have maxed out. Silver Wheel could fall under that category. I feel like, let's do this. We'll stick with this, and then maybe we'll go Crystal Figurine on the next floor, and by the 4th floor, you know, if we want to take something like a Moonbeam or throw on the Gold Purse. As I said, it feels like we've not really been punished much for skipping out on this time, so maybe we just remove you from the equation altogether, and that gives us a little more flexibility than we would usually have. So, you know what? We'll capitalize on that here. Let's see. Take the Centaur Heart. I think all the other stuff we can probably skip out on. Don't really need to expedite it, and again, by saving just a little bit of cash there, it also means
Onward.
put a little less financial pressure on ourselves, given how we, as I just said, did not take extra money from the keepsake. Okay, so one more room should rank up this keepsake, and it now means we can actually benefit from getting a little more gathering stuff. And we can see, is this going to rank up immediately? I don't think it does, but I suppose I may be about to be proven wrong.
Transfer me.
Where is you? Where is you? Where are you? Oh, yep, that is on fire now. That is true. That is true. Okay, so it did just rank up. It does not rarefy this. Yeah, so that's why I wanted to do it. So that now, next run, or next time we're using this, it is giving us full value right from the onset. Okay, and then Palm, we'd definitely like it to hit that. I thought that was us for a second. I just pressed the start room button and nothing happened. I was like, oh no, that's not me, that's a zombie. True story. Okay, that was pretty quick. Okay, very nice. Definitely do that. Doesn't look like there's anything else here we're looking for. Did take a little bit of damage to the fire that we started. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning, okay? See, if Tula just hangs out on the other side of the arena, we can get pretty crazy value from that Psychic Leash. Okay, now this will randomly upgrade something. Once again, we would probably still like it to be you, but we don't have any control over that. Freeze, obviously, is quite useful as well. Getting freeze duration would be pretty amazing as well. Oh, you're over here. Okay, that's what we're waiting on. Oh, but you were on freeze cooldown. That was because you had gotten hit by some of Tula's cast, even though she was just hanging out there. That works.
In we go.
Flame Flourish. That was the special. Okay. It's getting seriously leveled up. There's the delayed max life. More gold. Works. Once again, trying to maximize the value of the leash. You want to walk in there. That works for me. Oh, okay. Do this. Further freeze the enemies.
Shiver.
It's a little crowded now, of course. Maybe we get too loud in the corner. Try to get more direct value from this. Alright.
No problem.
Hey.
Moment. Nab this. I don't know that we have any big reasons to gift to Icarus right now relative to some of the other people who I think we have much more of a need to do that with.
You shouldn't let Eris boss you around, you know? I overheard you chatting at the crossroads. She's all talk, especially there, where her rail of adamant won't work.
Oh, thank goodness. I honestly never even thought about that, but oh my god, if it did, just think about what she would do.
Easy for you to say, you're immortal like she is. We Shades know better than to stand up to the deathless gods.
You don't shrivel up in my presence. You're not a coward, Icarus, so why let strife get the better of you?
Well, I mean, no offense to you, Monoe, but I'd say strife is maybe a little more likely to cause problems for mortals.
I figure there's already enough conflict at the moment. Eris doesn't really get to me. I just don't mind letting her think she does. Not like she's the goddess of wisdom, eh?
Alright, let's see. Charge moves also deal 50 damage in an area around the foes they hit, but use more magic. Get healing. Oh, and the random levels every 7 encounters. I do really like this. Special. No! Why the special? Stop focusing on the special. It keeps getting all the upgrades. If this said cast, I'd be all for it. But no, I'm doing this one just to give ourselves a chance of getting cast boon upgrades. And healing, of course. Never hurt anyone. Alright. And it does not proc immediately. Okay. Let's carry on. Okay, Tula. Let's freeze you. Getting rid of your armor at the very beginning. Half of it, at least, from Medea. It is useful. As it turns out, it does have a use. Okay, so we've not yet done the Moonbeam, and oftentimes we do that pretty early on, potentially on this floor. So you could make the case for doing this now, so we can get almost like the Moonbeam effect. We do have duo potential, so there is definitely something to be said for pursuing this pretty aggressively. Otherwise, it's Ares. I mean, the biggest thing that we don't have right now would be the attack, and we were looking at the Ares Magic Restoration boon. It doesn't work very well for cast-oriented builds, so I don't think Ares is really someone we want to be prioritizing all that much. No, don't. Okay, that's a little frustrating. I don't really know why, but my character slid backwards and was caught in an animation that prevented me from moving, even though I was trying to move out of that for a very long time. I knew that I was approaching it. But it was a little crazy how I got stuck there. Okay, let's do this though. And as I said, yes. We know the Squall of Demeter makes enemies take damage directly from the Hex, because that's what it lacks right now. It's a great setup tool, but doesn't directly do damage. So I think we go straight there. We can't quite get to the big one yet, but we get very close. Automatic charge up. Take less damage. Take even less damage. We move faster. Okay.
The end of the path.
So then, I think we're definitely going Hermes here. That's a lot of enemies we just froze. Oh, I did not even see you guys. Let's do this. Please stop running away.
There it is.
Nab you.
We're in a race against time, and so help me, we are going to win.
Let's see. Ooh, all common rarity. A bit unfortunate. I was just thinking something along these lines could be pretty hilarious when combined with the Hex. And also, I think Medea, did we pass on something along these lines for Medea as well? Because she also does have a boon that's very similar to that. Weapon, once again, does not include cast, so that's really unfortunate. I'm tempted to reroll here. I'm also surprised by all the common rarity stuff. Let's reroll. I do really like Hermes. I think we can do much better than this. Channel your charge cast faster, and your cast expire faster. I'm not sure I like that part, though. I do like this. Again, it's the weapon stuff. I think we'll take that. I mean, I do really like that boon. Again, I wish it was higher rarity. We just gained special damage from the keepsake. No! Stop trying to force me into being a special build. Oh, also this.
Don't be frightened.
This is a quick one. Theoretically. There we go. Alright.
Another joins our ranks.
Let us proceed. Does that make us faster as well, that boon? It might. Felt faster for a second there. Hold on. It does. Okay, so that alongside this, which is also very good for speed, we are zooming. We are really zooming. That would potentially be one upside of going with the magic restoration from Ares, even if, as I said, it really doesn't make a lot of sense for other reasons. So we could get the Hestia attack. Attack and special deals... All the magic restoration is based on attack and special. That's not what we want. I think we're probably taking the attack, because we don't yet have any attack boons, so let's go with that. And then I think we have to do this, even though we don't need it, before we can access you. Okay, I would very much like this, given how close we are to getting some big stuff from Selene, to the point where I would almost consider expediting this just so we get it before the boss fight, because I don't know that we would otherwise, especially since this does not count as an encounter, and this has to be encounters, right? Oh, it's 8 rooms? Wow. That is a pretty significant amount that we are expediting that by, and I wouldn't be against getting this. I don't think we need to expedite it, though. Let's do this. We'll expedite this. So that this way, we can get up to you for the damage. Do this one more time. The God Sent version, because we're getting close to the boss. Otherwise, let's just see. We get close, but can't quite get to either of these. Never use your Hex. Most foes' range shots are immediately destroyed. I mean, that's just not really a huge problem. This could be nice. What is it down here? Makes everything move even slower, or we have crit chance. I think we still want this. And I'll move toward... I think toward that? Yeah. I mean, these are good upgrades. Making it last longer, that's definitely nice as well.
Demeter shall be notified at once.
Okay, and we are using Circe's aspect. Of course, we've already encountered Circe with Circe's aspect, which you haven't done that yet. Make a point of doing that. That is important.
Wood with fire soot. Sprig of barley, sheet of ice. Oh, hello again.
Oh. Pardon me.
I wonder, does sour Lady Hecate as yet consort with that tactician shade of hers? Not of surpassing stature, prone to talk. Oh, what was his name again?
Oh, hold on. This could be big.
You mean Odysseus? He remains indispensable to our cause. What knowledge I possess of this route and the dangers along it are thanks largely to him. Why do you ask?
Could this be the breakthrough we're looking for with Odysseus? Also, I just noticed that one of the pigs has an anchor tattoo on its butt. Excuse me? Since when was that a thing? You see it there, bottom left corner? When was that a thing?
Oh, no reason at all. It's merely that he was a flighty sort, as I recall, quite prone to wandering about. So his continued service is a bit of a surprise. A pleasant one, mind you.
Did you used to know him? I don't recall you interacting at the crossroads. Not that I was paying much heed to anything besides my studies then. I was so little last you visited.
Once I relocated this isle, the journey to the crossroads became much more arduous. As for Odysseus, yes, him I've met before. Him and his pig-headed crew. A different age, Puppet. Perchance he's learned a bit since then.
Yeah, admittedly, I keep forgetting who it is that Odysseus is hanging out with at the start of the Odyssey. It might have been Circe, in which case he was technically there for several years on her island, and that's where you can very much call into question, okay, how dedicated was Odysseus to actually getting back home as quickly as possible to his wife and family? Okay, we can heal now and get better at healing in the future. I mean, that does coincide pretty well with the guaranteed healing we get here, but it's not strictly necessary at the moment because we're on full life. Randomly draw one of our inactive Arcana cards, activate it. That'd be kind of nice. We get a bonus Death Defiance from our familiar. I mean, I think I would usually kind of jump at this opportunity, although given how this is a no-fear run, that doesn't feel like that's as meaningful. I don't know. I mean, I don't really think we need any of these that badly. Famous last words, of course, but we'll do... I guess we'll do that one. I don't know. Might be the best long-term.
Evening, little pigs.
One moment. Is it this guy? One of the piggies has an anchor. It might be the other side of this guy. No, it's this guy, right there. When did they add that in? Did they think we would never notice? No, obviously I had to attack it to see if anything would happen. What happens if I do this? Dude, no. Okay. I think we are just proceeding here. Stop running away. With a lot of the zombie dudes. This is definitely going to catch on fire. Yup. I did kind of trap myself in doing that. Dash through. Just barely. Alright, I do actually have an attack boon now, which is quite nice. Okay, little bit of max life, little bit of max magic, or just do it based on the bones. I do think the bones are definitely more valuable than the ashes. Please stop running. Please stop running. Changed your targeting a lot more quickly than I expected you to. Oh, right. I forgot. We have the superpowered version. Okay. Ooh. You know what? Would have been nice to have had it for this.
Should have stayed in shadow.
Would have been very nice to have had it for this, in hindsight. Whoa, you can teleport. Okay, that's good to know. Oh yeah, we can use Tula to attack this guy much more safely, theoretically. We do also have decent range with our special, which is useful. His area of effect is pretty huge, though. Of course, you teleport right as I have you in a good place. Okay, now if he is to teleport when he's in the middle of starting up that animation, I'm not going to be pleased. I don't know if that's possible or not. That would feel pretty cheap. Okay, I think we got him. Yeah. There we go. And this is very nice, because now we can get over to this if we'd like, or, I mean, we can make progress toward you, but I think we'll just make sure we get this. Last longer, which is really useful. The stronger it is, the more meaningful it is for it to last longer. To the point where I'm half tempted to do this rather than continue progressing toward you, although that might be the difference between being able to get this with our next Selene upgrade and not quite being able to reach there. Yeah, I guess we'll do that.
The limits of my life.
Okay, is this the penultimate room? It might be. It's been a while since we've seen the optional fights in here.
End of the line.
Oh, but probably not going to happen. Probably not possible, given how we rewound the clock. Okay, so let's go 1 and 2 and skip you, I think.
Olympus, I accept this message.
I do like this a lot. We saw it normal rarity before, now it's rare. That's a little bit better. We take damage, automatically daze all foes in the vicinity and do 100 damage. That does technically help a little bit here. Wait, that used to be 10 life restored per evasion. Now it's 13. Why did that go up? Is it a percentage of our current life? Is it like... Okay, maybe that's it? Because you can't level up, and you can't rarefy duo wounds. But it's not because of that. Alright. That's interesting. So this dazes more enemies, which makes it a little more likely for this to proc. Oh, also this is another source of healing, which means the Cersei boon that we chose does make more sense for that reason as well. I think we still take this. Ideally it'd be even more rarity, but double casts, they get bigger over time.
Vitality.
That could be pretty powerful. Now I just want to see more max life. It still says 13. I don't know what the deal is there. Does it just get stronger each room? Alright, well here is the normal Eris fight, which of course we have at times had trouble with. Can't take it for granted.
What took you so long?
Excuse me?
I almost thought you weren't going to show up. Leave me hanging yet another night. I mean, why not? You're so inconsiderate sometimes.
I mean, not like we were speeding through here, but not like it was one of our slowest runs either.
You're telling me while I've been in the underworld, you've just been waiting here night after night? What am I supposed to tell you where I'm going in advance?
That's what a real friend would do, so no, I guess not. Maybe you shouldn't come back. What do I care?
Maybe you should just leave us alone. Oh yeah, you are. Nope, don't want to stand there. Yep, saw she was doing that. Oh, I thought she said something about a cat. I was like, yeah, you know, that is true. I am currently using a cat to help kill you. That is a valid statement. Ooh. Yeah, we should do this as quickly as possible, I think, generally speaking. Yep, I see that. Some friends? Oh. I'm so proud of you. I know you were having trouble with that. I would like 2 little movies. Thank you. Whoa! I was paying 0 attention to Eris, though, admittedly. Also, where did Eris go? Here is the answer. Definitely nice when she's slowed down. I wouldn't say no to, Ooh. It technically hit me there. Wouldn't say no to, increasing the freeze duration. That's probably our last resistance there. She's probably pretty close to phasing at this point. One would think. Yep. Okay, let's not stand there. Now let's do... Where are you? This, and then try to avoid that. And then I didn't avoid that, even though she was frozen. Or slowed down, at least. That should do the trick, though. Should still be able to heal off that damage pretty easily.
see you strive.
Alright. Oh, and then this is the timing for the
The
Icarus
fishing point is near.
upgrade. Guess we'll nab this while we're at it as well.
No escape.
A shrimp.
Looks like a shrimp.
Also don't remember seeing those guys before. That also gives us the equivalent of a water elemental boon. So what do we get here upgraded, though? It's... I mean, did you even need to ask? Did you even need to ask? Why? Why? All I want is my cast to get upgraded. Just keep on giving us the special.
All set.
Okay. So, we will definitely switch off of the Transcendent Embryo now that this has been maxed out. And we'll get rid of the special damage from you. Did we end up taking any common rarity boons? We did, actually. So we could actually go with Narcissus Keepsake to upgrade you. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Otherwise, we were thinking about Moonbeam. We did end up getting quite a bit of Selene Hex upgrades on the previous floor, so you could argue, oh, okay, you know, we kind of made up for not having Moonbeam, but there are still some additional nice things we could get from getting more Selene. So, yeah, I mean, that might still be better. Still feels like we're probably strong enough at this stage that we don't need to be too concerned about optimizing purely for this run, and could instead think a little bit more about if there are any other keepsakes we want to continue leveling up. Not really sure which ones we would have on our list, though. Other than maybe you. I mean, it feels a little bit weird using this on this floor when it doesn't have that much time for us to benefit from the extra Arcana cards, and it's definitely not going to be enough to rank it up. So, I don't know. Maybe the Chaos Keepsake was enough on that front, and now we'll go back to you. Because the Narcissus Keepsake does tempt me, just because the one common rarity boon that we have is the one from Hermes that gives us the extra speed and extra resistances per encounter, and I think rarifying it up to Heroic gives us a lot more of the damage immunities per encounter, to the point where we're just kind of insane defensively. I don't know if it gives additional speed as well, but it is, you know, I'm gonna do it. Because now we have 4 hits blocked per encounter. Okay, the sprint speed is still 15%, but that's 3 more blocks per encounter than we had before. Which is pretty crazy. Okay, and there you go. Like, this is where we'll get the equivalent of a Moonbeam, or almost the equivalent of a Moonbeam. Moonbeam is 5 rather than just 3, but that's alright. It's a Moonbeam at home, okay? Maybe that's all we need.
Cold up here.
Hey guys. Don't mind me. Probably would have been nice to have gotten Tula involved in this confrontation. I was about to say, these guys really just did not care that I was here. Ooh, that was close. I guess we have a bunch of blocks in this encounter, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. Okay. So... we don't have a ton of life. I mean, getting 1 or ideally 2 more, and suddenly we'd be in very good shape, at least for this floor, and that's probably going to happen at some point. What do we have coming here? Have the stars. Okay, that is a heart. So yeah, I think we're fine on life. I don't love how Ares works with our build right now, but maybe we can find something else from him that still works. How many is that? Oh, never mind. There you go. I would appreciate if you would actually walk into the cast. Now you made me do this. Didn't have to be this way. Whoa, you still... I don't think you were going to be able to get me there. Please get frozen. Thank you. Yeah, freeze duration would be one of the top priorities for me right now. That would just be so useful.
Hear me, on my authority.
Okay, so here, as I was saying, this is not really ideal. This is also not really ideal. It just seems like Ares is very attack and special oriented. I never really realized in the past that he has a lot of stuff that doesn't apply to our cast. I mean, this does, potentially, if we have a lot of life and have taken a fair bit of damage, which is not currently the case, but could be reason... Oh, hold on. Could be reason for us to deliberately get more life here rather than the money. I mean, we are in a place where if we see more mini shops showing up, it's going to start to get a little tricky to buy all the stuff we want to buy, because we did get a little bit aggressive there. So there is still a case to be made for doing this, but I'm just going to hope we get enough money along the way from basic stuff. Oops. Okay, hate these guys. Fortunately, the freeze is pretty huge. If you want to walk into the freeze, that works pretty well, actually. Tula, care to do your job, please? There we go.
Here you go.
And, oh, that's from Hermes, and also from the room reward. Also, Hermes, I think, showed up while we still had our cast, or rather our hex active, so everything was slowed down, and his voice seemed to be lower for that reason, and he sounded exactly like Icarus. I do wonder if it's the same voice actor for Icarus and for Hermes, and for Hermes they just speed up his voice, and in doing so that also pitches it up. And we basically just got the pitch up canceled out by slowing things down with the hex. And that's why it sounded like Icarus who was delivering that. I legitimately thought that it was this proccing for a split second. Okay, so Dionysus or the magic. I mean, it has to be Dionysus, right? I feel like we're usually coming in from this side whenever we enter a Dionysus room for whatever reason. I don't think we're going to gift to you. Actually, have we picked up any additional nectars along the way? Ah, we only have 2 here.
What did you say happened to Zach? Everything good with him still, yeah? You ought to bring him next you come this way. Oh, he'd be into it.
You see, the problem is, if we hadn't just rewound time, that might be a little more feasible, but since we did, it's not.
I previously mentioned Kronos, our Titan grandfather who's relentlessly attacking this mountain, holds the members of my immediate family captive, Zagreus included. So he can't make it to the feast right now.
But actually, we probably would not have ever heard this conversation if not for us having rewound time and rerun a surface run here and run into Dionysus.
Oh, that's too bad, though. Maybe later, yeah? I've always felt a bond with him, a real connection. So if you see the Zagman, let him know he's welcome to my feast here anytime.
Let's see what he has. There was a time when this was the only one we'd yet to take from him. 305 gold right now. Charge moves inflict hangover. Each encounter grape juice appears. I'm half tempted. Maybe we can get by for now.
Smashing.
I was gonna say, oh, if we could get a gold room in the next area, then even if we run into a mini shop, we don't have to worry about, or at least don't have to worry as much about not being able to afford things. Then I saw the hammer and thought, well, then again, that could be great. Our first hammer, I mean, it has been helpful for our attack, but we haven't really been focusing on the attack. If we were to get cast stuff here, it could be great, but we can't guarantee that. So would we rather... I mean, you have to, right? You still have to do this. And at least that helps a tiny bit. And I do mean a tiny bit. Hey, friends. Where's Tula? Tula. Excuse me. Tula! What the heck? I ran into you! You're supposed to do your thing! Alright, fine. I just wanted to hit them with a double cast. Was it necessary? No, not really. But it would have been nice.
Hold still.
Yeah, that taser does block stuff. Oh, I did not realize this guy was sneaking up behind us. There are a lot of enemies in this for what it's worth. Excuse me. There is another golden run. Okay, I mean, it is something. 53 gold. There's almost fortunately no mini shop in here, so we aren't left wondering what could have been in that way. Okay. Nothing good here. Or at least nothing cast-oriented. Not sure how flat power interacts with Scorch, to be honest with you. I don't know. We'll try it.
A sturdy stuff indeed.
Okay, I think we will definitely go mini-boss here. Might actually be worse from a pure magic standpoint, but I do really like the Demeter potential, because as I said, additional freeze time. I'd love to see that. Which one is it? It's you, and we get rid of half your armor, which is actually pretty huge.
Yes.
That is kind of unfortunate that I did end up using a resistance there. Uh-oh. Can you not do that in that corner, please? Also, can I not get stuck on whatever the heck that was? I'm stuck on this thing. Oh, I guess that is kind of his nest? I guess that is something. Didn't come completely out of nowhere. Now, we just do this. And if we want to, we can do this. And we should probably drop that as well. Okay, I think he's dead now.
Keep up, Homer.
Not too bad. Keep up, Homer, you hear that?
In the name of Hades.
Oh, Freezer Burn. Whenever you inflict freeze on a foe with Scorch, deal damage, remove Scorch. I think we saw this very recently, and this is potentially very good. Because freeze and Scorch is everything for us right now. And this could also be really good. Because we do already have an Ares boon that, yeah, gives us more value on the charge cast, which I have not necessarily been making a point of doing, but I think we still have to take the duo just because it is a duo. It is rare. Yeah, it just doesn't look like something that would block your movement. Okay. Let us proceed. You. Yeah, and it does seem as though the attack with that hammer upgrade is doing a lot more. I mean, granted, that might also have something to do with the duo boon that we just picked up, which is combining Scorch and Freeze more effectively.
Lord Zeus.
Huzzah! That was not particularly effective.
Hermes, hear me on my authority.
Okay, charge moves are faster. Attack, special, and cast is faster. Oh, right. We saw this before, but it makes the cast expire faster, and I don't think I like that. So this is just... Do we want to... Well, I still don't... Is this the charge-up speed? Honestly, I'm not sure. Let me just take this.
Very well.
I know it's lower rarity, but still. Okay, now this, I think, is the penultimate room. We only have 171 gold, which is because of that deal we made with Dionysus. So we could get one boon here at most, but that's just about it. Or we get a free life. Or life upgrade, not a Death Defiance or anything like that. You know, given how we are going to get a ton of gold once we beat the next boss, I think that means we can basically just have a free pass to use all of our current money right now on this shop. Now, if it turns out it doesn't have anything good in it, then alright, fair enough. It's not going to be very useful, but then again, is this the penultimate room? It actually is not. Oh, okay. In hindsight, in that case, no. Definitely the wrong choice. Definitely the wrong choice, especially because we can't afford both these things, and we would like to see both these things. So, yeah, I counted incorrectly. We're very close to being in the penultimate room, but not quite there yet. So, should have gone with the other one, and or next time when we have the choice between a shop and a free boon, we should take the free boon, if that is even an option. Do this, because we know if we took the slice, it was just going to upgrade the special. Okay, this could be really good. Just to give even more damage to the casts. And then definitely go in here. Sure. Everybody clap your hands. I'd like to get the cast back, please. Thank you. There's a lot of enemies in here. I am starting to... Oh, that was bad. I was starting to wonder if this was going to be an encounter. My dash button was completely locked in place for a solid, like, 3 seconds there. That was bad. That was the cause of one of our previous runs ending early on the Typhon fight. So I was like, no, not again. Fortunately, he didn't get punished for it this time around, even though it's actually worse. Okay, let's do this first, because I want this to hit the cast. What did it hit? Okay, to clarify, I want it to hit the damaging component of the cast. That is still helpful. Alright, have it your way. How big can it get at this point? I mean, pretty big. Do this before I forget as well.
Tula, go for it. It's over.
It is over. Indeed. It's very straightforward, though. Okay, let's do this.
In the name of Hades.
We have... Honestly, I'm surprised it's only 4 fire boons. And again, it's attack and special, so... you could make the case it's actually not... It's more just attack and special stuff. I'm actually kind of tempted to go this route. And then, sure, if we get Slow Cooker later on, then that means it's a little bit stronger. But just remind me... This one. Whenever you freeze, inflict on a foe with Scorch, deal damage and remove Scorch. Damage from Scorch plus 200%. So this is not damage, it's damage rate. So I actually think that does next to nothing with you. Come to think of it. So I think we will do the infusion after all.
Adequate.
Okay. Ooh. Selene and... That will be Selene as well. Okay, and this is, yeah, the penultimate room now. So I think we will definitely take the free Selene, because we can't really afford anything in the shop. Maybe if we were to get one more golden urn, but that is very speculative. I'm just grateful that we have an alternative to the shop. And that has some gold in this room. But yeah, after this boss fight, we'll get a bunch of cash back from, I'm not sure where it shows up, but the Dionysus deal that we made. So we do this. So this one will activate, obviously, in time for the boss fight, whereas we're going to get one that drops immediately after the boss as well. So what would be especially useful? We were working toward this. It does increase the cost to charge up. Oh, I guess we actually can make it here as well, if that's better. Range shots immediately destroyed. I mean, he does certainly have some range shots, but this is normal, not the rival Prometheus, so I think we're probably fine with this. Increasing the duration, honestly, I think is in many ways, the best part right now, because we have so many bonuses while it's active that just having that be longer means we can get more value from it overall. So let's hop in. It's going to be mostly about the cast.
How was the climb?
Not too bad. Thanks for asking.
Plan, of course, requires time. The objective here is not to stop you permanently, but to slow you down.
Is that so now?
Unless you just can't help revealing vital information to your enemies, I'm going to assume you're spouting this drivel to mislead me. Either way, my own objective remains the same.
Yes, bullheadedness is one of your family's defining traits.
Oh, why thank you.
Then let us execute our respective plans. There is a possibility that mine shall succeed here beyond measure.
Yeah, I'm going to choose to take that as a compliment. Okay, also, please. Oh my god, I was actively sprinting away. I wasn't dodging, but I was sprinting away from the, oh my gosh, from the eagle. How to waste all of your resistances in the first 10 seconds of the encounter by Lids. Coming to bookstores near you soon. Bookstores? Lids, what's that? Okay, I moved a little earlier than I had intended to move there, to be honest. Okay, get you the double whammy. Okay, we do have the Hex up, but you're pretty close to phasing. I'm actually curious what happens if you phase, if you use this Hex while he's doing the memory test. I'm not sure that's a good thing, but I'm curious. I'd like to know. I should trigger it, right? Surely you're close. Yes. Okay. Middle. Top. Middle. Middle. Okay, I lost track. Okay, would not recommend. I tested it out for you. Just so you know, would not recommend. It makes it really hard to keep track of which ones have and have not already gone. And, you know, you're not... actually, I didn't see. Did we do damage in that phase? Is that a way to actually still hit him? I doubt it. Oh, really? On this guy? Just barely sidestep that. Oh, that's a bad place for you. Made it a little bit better. Yeah, I know, he's doing his big slammy attack. The music just went absolutely crazy when I did that. He's close to phasing again, not quite there yet, though. Come on, come back and contribute some scorch as well. Nope. Okay, I guess we're putting this over here. I mean, if you want to walk into that, you're welcome to. There we go. Top, middle, middle, bottom. Middle. Middle, bottom? Did I forget that? Then middle. Whenever it's the longer version of that, I always feel like I'm going to forget the last one or two, and I kind of do. And that's just like, well, I think that's what it was, but I couldn't really say for certain. Whoa, ow, don't do that. That was mean. No, stop punching me. Not cool, dude. might get you. No, not quite. This will go.
If suffering today brings about a better tomorrow, so be it.
Alright, but what about a... to yesterday? Given our time traveling that we're getting up to here.
I should have expected this.
Did he know he'd lose? For me.
Alright, there's the personal loan. So we get a whole bunch of money now. We get this. We get the delayed Selene, and at this point, we can get you. Which I assume is what we want. What do we get along the way? Charges up at the beginning, which is nice, because this one does take a while before it's ready to go. So 80% charge right off the bat is nice. That is tempting. But I guess we'll still go for this. I mean, against Typhon, it'd certainly be helpful. That is now, of course, the next big boss. Maybe even some of the mini-bosses as well. We may or may not have gotten an upgrade, an incantation that makes it so we automatically collect those resources without needing to actually walk over to them. But, oh, also speaking of which, should probably nab that just to play it safe. Okay, we did take a somewhat decent amount of damage there, but we do have increased healing abilities, so I think we're still gonna brush this off. Yeah, that's almost full healing. And I think we even passed on other healing abilities as well from Demeter. So now, if we want to, we can go strictly business and take that or that. For Typhon, it is, again, normal Typhon, no fear, so not as fearful of this encounter, but, you know, we shouldn't get too complacent here, so still take one of these guys.
That one.
Do this. And now, ooh. Now we do have some monies to work with here, so we could purchase an expedite even if we wanted to, although, let's see how much it costs. It does cost a lot. And of course, the super shop at the end may very well give us lots of spending opportunities, so I think at this point we'd like to be saving to the extent possible and keep our options open in case we do run into any other mini shops along the way. Any golden urns to be had? Yes, actually. Not there, though? Okay. So, let us hop in. Still don't have magic restoration, although we really just haven't been using magic. Yes, the charge cast technically does give us more value. Sure, I'll use it here. Oh, that was... Was that charge cast or charge special? That was charge special, wasn't it? Okay, so we do have that charged up 80% right at the beginning of the encounters now. So, that does make it easier for us to just immediately activate it and hopefully not get hit by enemies right off the bat. It's not enough in and of itself to take enemies out, but it is good. Oh man, they teleported right on top of me and I got nailed by some projectiles that were perfectly timed. That was... They're scheming against me. It's extremely well coordinated by those enemies. Okay. Nothing of note. Took more damage there than I would have liked by a pretty significant margin at that. Whoop. Lots of explodey stuff. Not a huge fan of that. Excuse me. Guess we'll do this now. There we go. Don't think I see anything else here. Okay, so now we're looking at the first of the mini-bosses. What do we still have here? This is Mystery Boon. So we don't have any future Selene prospects just yet, or no, like, mini-shop Selene deliveries on the way. So yes, there is still something to be said for getting more Selene. From Demeter, what would we be looking for? The Demeter Legendary would be incredible at this point. Still have yet to get the additional freeze duration. That would also be really good. I think we've seen several Demeter upgrades that could be nice. So, you know, I think we still go this route. It is you. And it seems like this is a very good one for this aspect. bat. Excuse me. Oh, I backed myself into a corner and somehow I did not get hit from doing that. So yeah, if Tula is just hanging out there, even during his phases when he would usually be very difficult to damage, we may be able to do just that, which would be really nice, like right now, for example. Tula one, maybe? No, I don't think you're in that. Pokia, so you're getting both fire and ice effects simultaneously, because that's where we get the nice value. Oh, that was bad. Should probably do this again, although probably combine it with you, and the timing was maybe not ideal, admittedly. That was also a very bad place to be standing for that. It's okay. We still made it work. That was almost very nasty as well. That hit you badly. Oh, that counted as a resistance. That was close. Want to walk into Tula's? No. Dodge through you. Riskier, but it worked. What are you doing now? Oh, I did not remember you having that ability. Now, we can kind of bully him to a certain extent. Especially if I can actually hit him with the special from range. You're actually chasing me. Good to know. What about this time? Actually chasing me? Okay. Sure thing. Down you go. Not too bad.
Foul creature.
Foul creature. Let's see what we can get from this.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Few good things I think we could still get. While standing in a gust, you fire random gales every 0.3 seconds. I do not remember seeing this before. Tropical Cyclone? Is that... Who is that combined with? The Apollo? Obviously Demeter's the other one, but... It's a little late for this. Otherwise, Magic Restoration. Yeah, we're definitely taking it. Okay, yeah, I think it works really well with what we have here because we get the gust effects from our cast, and since both Malinoi and Tula are creating those casts, it makes it very easy for us to do that without even necessarily needing to make a conscious effort to stand within a cast area.
Tula, catch. And caught.
Okay, very
Another
nice.
lamprey.
Don't see any golden stuffs.
Pyre.
And this room is very congested. Yep. Very hard to not get hit by stuff here. Whoa, I did not see that. I did not see that at all. Whoops. My bad. It is helpful that you start with half your armor gone. I do appreciate that. Hold on. To dust with thee.
Okay.
Down you go. Then we will have the final mini boss here, and it's Super Palm, which you know is going to land on the special, or it's Apollo, who I am less certain about us having good synergies with. I think Demeter might still be number 1, probably followed by Hestia. Maybe Apollo in the number 3 slot, but I really don't know what we're looking for from him. We do have his dash, but I don't even remember what his legendary is, so there's a chance we aren't eligible for that. We do have at least one duo with him, but that might require a little more Apollo stuff for us to be eligible for other duos. So, I mean, I guess we'll do it. We will also get this proccing afterward, which is nice. Just a little bit of palms from that. Okay. It is tail. I don't know how that didn't hit me, to be honest with you. It's very creepy. Oh, hold on. Okay, delaying that a little bit longer would have made a lot more sense. Yeah, I really wanted it during that phase right there, but a little bit better if I had set up more before this. It's still crazy damage, don't get me wrong. Crazy damage from that. Also, Tula, if you wouldn't mind helping out here, that could go a very long way. Tula could definitely also help destroy these things. Hello there. It'll be a little bit easier to attack you now in this phase, when otherwise that would not be the easiest thing to do. Oh, you're doing it. Relax. Dodge one, dodge two, get this back, then wail away. Still down over there. What are you doing? You doing the blast? You're not doing the blast. You're doing this. Which means I definitely want to hit you with this. And that. Dodge one. Dodge two. Hit you with this. Hit you with this. Hit you with this. And you should be down right now. That was an interesting moment in which to kill it. But there we are. Don't think we got hit. That is definitely, I think, the easiest one of the latter two, possibly the easiest mini-boss on this floor in general. Both of the first set and the second set. It's the most controllable, it feels like. There are the least number of moving parts, since it's one tail. And it's really only the part where it summons out all the little explodey things that you can potentially have things get a little chaotic. But even then, that's usually pretty manageable. Let's do the power-ups first. It finally hit the cast! Okay, there we go. It also hit the cast! Alright, matter of time. Just a matter of time.
In the name of Hades.
Okay, no! Charge cast expires, deal damage in the area for 2 seconds. Procs every 0.13 seconds. I mean, if we actually use the charge cast, that does start to become meaningful. Because we have several things. The cast in general is amazing, and at least one other charge cast boon as well. So you know what? Sure. Let's see if I can work that in every once in a while. That gives us a little bit of healing as well, and I think by the time we walk through a couple of doors, we will be on max life, so no need for extra healing there. We don't have a ton of max life, is the one thing that I'm noticing here. We're going to get you delivering. I don't know if this automatically delivers the same way that the delayed mini-shop deliveries automatically come before the Typhon fight. Because if so, we just got it. So it's
nearly there now.
Very good value.
Alright, I better go.
Alright. Catch you later. Looks like it's just the mini shop purchase, so why don't we pick this up first? It's Demeter. Nice. Magic Restoration. Way too late for that. This is the one that I've referred to a bazillion times, getting the extra freeze duration. It's 2 seconds at that rarity and at just level 1. So it would have been a nice thing to target earlier on and with a higher rarity, but I think we might just settle for this. We do have one reroll, but I did not check what the other options in this shop were. I guess we'll just save them for that, since it's still good. But now, let's see. We can't afford you. But we can get you, yeah. Okay, not amazing options, to be honest with you. That's a Charon card. That is nice. Gain a chance to dodge, which is doubled against Scorch-afflicted foes. Well, it does sort of work well with this. Except that it doesn't work well with this, is the tricky part. It synergizes with one of the duos. It has a huge anti-synergy with the other. This is very good if we were trying to be a special run, and oh man. The game really wanted us to be using a special build here on this one. I guess I'm still going to take this. It's at least a 6% dodge chance. It's not going to be 12% very often, but it's not that bad. And then this, we'll use the reroll if we don't like it.
Hear me, on my authority.
Let's see. We can get the healing, which we are eligible for, and honestly, you throw that on, we have some crazy defensive layers here. Otherwise, we've seen this a few times, extra damage with backstab against dazed foes, which is just mostly coming from the sprints, and yeah, it's possible, and that is a huge damage multiplier. I just don't know how often we're actually going to make that happen, especially since I don't think the cast is capable of backstabbing. It'd have to come from the attacks or the specials. I think we just go with the big defensive stuff, especially since, as I was saying, our life isn't amazing here. We only have 200. I'd like to be, just over 200. I'd like to be close to 300 generally going into these fights. Although we did take the Luckier Tooth, and we do have the Death Defiance from Tula as well, so I guess you can almost say we have more life for that reason. But we still have enough money for basically all this stuff. So that's also almost as if we're giving ourselves extra life. I guess we'll do this, even though we don't really need it. And we definitely don't need this, but we'll do it just because it gets us closer to our next Charon card. So there we are. And yeah, I mean, definitely not going to be anything over here unless there happens to be a fishing spot, but there is not. Okay, so this is a rerun of the final Typhon fight. At least based on the patch notes, Supergiant, the developers, had said there really isn't much that changes on the Typhon side of things. It's mostly the Kronos side in the underworld where the updated ending is much more significant. So, might not really be noticeable at all here. We'll have to see. But with our cast, I think we have a strong setup here and now with those extra defensive layers. I think we're doing pretty well on that front as well, despite us not having it quite as much life as I would ideally like us to have.
Can't sense his life force at all.
It is nice to have the range to hit him from afar. Do this early. Oh, also Tula, if you could stand right on top of him, that would definitely be ideal. I know he's doing bad. Alright, if we could get the charged cast, that would be really nice. That was charge special. Wrong type of charge move. One moment. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I see that. At least you lost half your armor. I'm not going to waste our second round of God-sent hex on you. Whoop, get out of there. Tula is what I was kind of referring to before, where she can sometimes require some micromanaging. That's not the place I'm stuck for that. controller is also sticking on the dodge button once again, which, as I said, was the cause of a death against Typhon in the not-so-distant past, but hopefully we'll have enough working in our favor this time that won't matter too much.
Like this, you monster.
We are indeed to get Tula first, I think. Come on, Tula. Sure. This would be the easiest phase to backstab as well. And that definitely lasted longer than it usually lasts, and I think that's because, although we can get a lot of sources of damage, we don't really have any individual hits that are doing large chunks. Although I did just see someone say 500 there, which is a lot. He is displeased. Let's get Tula going, because this is about to be an ads phase. That also means that, yes, we're going to get Tail coming in here. Dodge through one of them. Dodge through the other, but you have come out of the egg. Let's get him. Let's do this. Would be really good for his tongue attack. Oh, that's a lot of resistances, because that's a lot of stuff going on over there. Okay, you might be doing 2 now. He is. If you go right up next to him, as I did there, you actually can avoid the hit altogether, which is really nice. That's technically the ideal position to be in. It seems to be targeted against Tula. It's not the first time I've noticed that. Strange, though. That. Why is that all clustered around him, even though I'm on the opposite side of the arena? My dodge is really sticky here, which is a problem. He is yet to do the second hit, but dodge there. You see, there's just no hitbox for that attack. You're right up next to him. Oh, but he does also have those guys who can mess with you there. But theoretically, that is the place to be, and there he goes.
Suffer in darkness.
Okay, dynamic duos, you say, because we got 3 or 4 of them? Well, 4 if you count the Selene. So yeah, didn't
Avoid lens.
really notice anything different that time around, but maybe I forget. Do we go through to the temple this time? I guess we do, and that is not a thing once you do fully defeat Typhon. Unless, wait, how far back did it go? Are we gonna have to defeat Typhon multiple times again, or is it just one Typhon and one Kronos? So I assumed that was the case.
To all my family on the mountain, let me pass.
I don't know. Now I'm second guessing myself, because if we have to do all of the runs building up to the final true ending fights again, that's a lot. I didn't think I was signing up for that. Now, admittedly, okay, it would make some sense if they allowed you to repeat those as well, because we were talking earlier about, okay, what are they going to change? What are they going to add to for the true ending? And it seemed like the big thing was that it was just all very sudden, very jarring, out of nowhere, dramatic twist, wasn't enough build up for that to feel natural. It all felt forced. So how do you do that? Well, with an updated ending, if you're only updating the final run, that's hard to squeeze all of that stuff in just a single run. And you can get much more natural build up if you spread out some of that plot progression across several different runs. I just didn't realize that it was going to be that big of a time travel situation. If in fact that is what happened. I am speculating still here, so we'll see.
Look, husband.
She arrives.
Okay.
Welcome, young lady, to our family's glorious abode. You have our thanks for seeing to it that the monster Typhon failed to reach us here.
This seems like the first one.
you have our regrets that my lord husband left you to confront that horrid creature on your own. Most of the others are still fortifying the palace. Forgive our rudeness.
There's nothing to forgive, Queen Hera. I am honored to have met you and King Zeus face to face and seen the glory of Olympus firsthand. I owe it to your generous support these many nights.
Okay. So yeah, this seems a lot like it's the very first successful Typhon run getting repeated here.
Come now, Malinoi. We have a shared objective after all. And so long as Kronos sits upon your father's throne, that objective remains incomplete.
Because, I mean, as soon as we saw in that fight that we did not have the extra animation of us breaking out the spear and striking down Typhon, it set off a little alarm in my head of, oh, wait, this isn't doing what I thought it was going to do on this run.
Hurrying her off when she only just arrived, husband? Although we've little here for entertainment other than Apollo's plucking. At least our enemy shall be back at our gates before long.
I don't think I can remain anyhow. I need to consult with the Witch of the Crossroads. She may have thoughts on how to rid ourselves of both our great foes at once.
We shall find a means of that, I have no doubt. And until then, we shall be better prepared to meet their charge.
Okay.
Go on, my dear. We're unaccustomed to expressing gratitude, as you can plainly see. Until such time as your Lord Father and his own queen are restored, there's little cause for cheer, I think.
Yeah, I remember that line, we're unaccustomed to expressing gratitude, as you can plainly see. I do remember that, I think, from before.
Perhaps soon enough.
Alright, so, seems pretty clear at this point. Doing the time travel, whatever that incantation is technically referred to as, to revisit the true ending, it sets you back several runs. Like, I think that would be 5 runs, both on the surface and in the underworld, which I did not realize was going to be the case. Maybe that's on me, maybe I needed to read the fine print a little more closely, but on one hand, as I said, I can understand from a plot progression standpoint why you would need to do that, so that you can work in those things more naturally and build up to the twist, rather than just jam it all in a single run, and then I think it'd be kind of jarring how much stuff you're adding to just a single, maybe 2 runs, if it were to be the surface final run with Typhon and the final run in the underworld with Kronos as well. However, at the same time, I'm a little frustrated by how much that does set us back, because I did not intend to sign up for 10 more plot-related runs in order for us to revisit that true ending. As I said when we were just starting off, I half expected for it to throw us into basically the room with the super shop in the underworld just before the Kronos fight and say, all right, here's the final fight with Kronos, go have fun. Clearly that is not the case. It is the other end of the spectrum. So it's not bad. I just felt like that could have been a little clearer, and personally, trying to allot enough time to squeeze in that many additional runs, that was not something that I had planned for. So that's, yes, largely a me problem, but for any of you who have also been in a similar situation where you've beaten the original ending and then thought, oh, okay, I'll revisit the true ending, and thought that's just gonna be a quick little run or 2. No, it's a lot more of a time commitment than that, so would have preferred if that was a little bit clearer, but maybe that's on me for not reading a little more closely.
You did it, Sunshine. I'd say I knew you would, but the truth is I had an inkling of doubt, especially once I saw Typhon for myself.
He was quite large, I'll give him that. It's a pleasure to finally meet you face to face like this, cousin. You play most beautifully.
Yeah, in case it wasn't obvious enough. Yeah, we're meeting Apollo face to face for the first time here. Obviously, that was the first time we went to the palace.
Oh, anything to take our minds off of what's happening. At least you bought us a bit of reprieve so I could play again at all. Typhon is going to be back though, isn't he?
I'd count on that, but I'm going to be back as well. For now, please bolster your defenses and make ready for the monster's next attack. Now I had better go. My headmistress is expecting my return.
Can't you just contact her by boon? I'll bring one forth for you in case that works. And thanks for everything, cousin.
And this was cool to see, the first time we had our own boon.
May I?
And then they kind of dropped this a little bit. It just turned into a formality of, okay, just press this button and then you return home. Rather than really continuing to play into the whole, hey, this is our boon. The thing that we have used countless times over the course of countless runs on the other end. Now we are the ones who's initiating this process, and it just felt like there's maybe a little more they could have done with that, because it was really clever the first time they did it here, and then it just kind of became an afterthought.
Being on this side, I see Erebus, I think. Wait, Headmistress, is that you? Can you hear me?
In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message. Well, anyway, if you can even hear me yonder, I bid you to return. We have matters to discuss.
Like, I think this is the only time, at least in the original build-up to the ending, that we actually contact Hecate through this boon. Every other time, it's just us immediately teleporting back. Maybe Lunui has a line or two, but there's no actual conversation.
I have to go now, everyone. Please, take care, and let the others know I'm sorry to have missed them. I'll return.
So maybe that's a small thing that they added on the surface.
Return to Shadow now.
But it may more or less just be almost identical to what it was before. That seemed to be what the developers were suggesting. Okay. So now...
It's strange. Ever get the feeling all this has already happened before, Freenos?
Okay, that's clever. That's clever.
You don't remember them, besides this painting and your dreams. But still, you fight for them.
So, turns out the incantation was a bigger deal than I was giving it credit for. And that definitely means we have to adjust our plans accordingly. You know, I had said things like, okay, so this has reverted a little bit, as this one they did forewarn with that. They said you can't do this until you've reached the true ending, which is a bit unfortunate because that is in many ways one of the biggest things that we were trying to work toward. But I was saying there were some other things that we were working toward that we may put on hold until we get the new true ending. And I had said that because I thought it was just going to be 1 or 2 runs. Now, if it's going to take us 9 more runs or thereabouts, then okay, it may make sense for us to, in the meantime, while we're progressing toward that, try to check off the aspect of Medea. Try to do this with the Chaos Embryo Keepsake. And I don't know. This one, they might have also said needed to... Oh, no, actually, we learned more about this from Medea. So we may still be able to progress this one. Yeah, okay. It's just a bigger step back than I had anticipated, and that's a little frustrating in a way, because I was thinking we could quickly check out the new true ending and then go back to checking off a few prophecies / subplots, and then we would basically have done all the things that we'd been looking to do in Hades 2, but it looks like it means it's gonna take us a little while longer yet, at least more than I had expected, which is not a bad thing per se. It's just that scheduling-wise, that's not the most straightforward of things.
What do I need?
Potentially. Okay, let's, oh, actually, hold on. While we're here, we did pick up our fair share of fish, given that we took Tula, who is the fishing specialist familiar. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. Darn it! Alright, guess we may not be purchasing anything big there for now.
Back from the cold.
Let us nab those. So I believe that means that we now have all of the beast-loved morsels that we need to max out all the familiars, which we could potentially do right now.
Death to Kronos. There has to be a way. This has to wake Lord Hypnos up.
Okay, now this is a little confusing. These two, we definitely expected to see. Okay, but here's the reality check. Okay, it does tell us what mystery resource is for at least this. We obviously know what this one is as well. It said that it was going to basically remove the Zodiac Sand and remove the Void Lenses, which now becomes clearer as to why that is, because that's how they basically start you off at the beginning of that end game plot line, rather than dropping you in just before it reaches the climax. And this is the one that's confusing me, because we've rewound the clock on these ones. Have we rewound the clock on this, though? Or is this truly a new incremental round of dream vapors? Plunge to the sleepless depths of the psyche of Hypnos to try to rouse him again. Grants 1 more dream vapors. One with both the power and desire to sleep forever may yet regain consciousness willingly or not at all. Because it requires soot which we used to have before we did the rewind, but now I guess we no longer have it. So was this one of the ones that they said you can only do after the true ending? Maybe that's the case, in which case that's frustrating timing, because we were so close and yet didn't quite get where we needed to be to do that before. We're gonna have to wait quite a bit longer for that, it would seem. So I assume we won't be able to get the soot back until we have done the true ending. And where did we get it? I think it was from Hades and Persephone post-true run. Maybe not even the first time, possibly the second time we encounter them. So that's a lot of runs away. And that's what I mean. You know, here I was thinking we were maybe a run or two away from getting some of these big things done, and now to suddenly say, no, you're a long ways away from them once again. That, it's just messing with my expectations.
Your victory against Typhon, have you there anything to show for it? Any sort of specimens or samples of his flesh?
Indeed.
I hope you like hideous eyes, Headmistress. Is there an incantation that you have in mind requiring such filth?
Perhaps an incantation that we were just looking at.
Perhaps. Hold on to all of that for now. But when the time is right, we shall turn all that monstrous power back against itself and rid this world of that fiend for good.
Okay, so I think that is very similar to what she had said before, if not a carbon copy of what she had said before. At this point in time, at least originally, we would not have yet known about that incantation at all. So I think the timing of it showing up at the cauldron is a little bit different. Obviously, it shows us what the resources are when we would not have known the mystery resources at this stage in the original timeline. So there is that.
Yes, Headmistress.
Okay, let's
Did it
see.
again.
You still have something to say to us.
Must have got a lot of help knocking Typhon from his perch. Oh, we all heard. You got a dozen family members all up there, some of them strong. So what do they need you for?
Valid question.
They certainly are capable, but they're backed into a corner on Olympus. What matters is our latest battle was victorious, and I did what I could to see it through.
Sharing in your success, or just trying to appease me? Main reason you won is that monster had it coming anyway. But it'll all even out.
What's that supposed to mean?
You'll see.
Alright. That might have been a conversation we've already had with her, and maybe with some of these people as well. Although we did hear a new conversation with Cersei that was tied to Odysseus, so I was hoping that that might help us here.
You felled that mountain-sized monstrosity, goddess. It would be false of me to say I had no doubt you would, though I'd only a bit, I swear. So, how did you outsmart him?
Not sure if this is the conversation we had with him after our first Typhon fight, because, I mean, that was a while ago, of course. And, again, this is kind of what I was getting at. If we're, in some cases, just going to be repeating conversations that we've already had, and those conversations are more or less unchanged, then that's not particularly exciting. And if it delays significantly us progressing other things that we were working toward and putting a lot of time and effort into, like progressing our relationship with Odysseus, resolving his subplot, and seemingly just reaching a critical milestone in that process, and yet not being able to progress that, that's frustrating as well.
Outsmart him? All I could do was keep hitting him with all my might. It helped that Lord Zeus also struck him hard with lightning bolts. Eventually it worked, and Typhon fell.
Well, your battle prowess may be unsurpassed, but your ability to weave a yarn is not quite there. When next you overcome the father of all monsters, do make of it a much more rousing tale, would you?
Yeah, because I think I remember Odysseus saying this before.
No promises.
And so I know I've been saying a lot about how, oh, you know, this is taking longer than expected, boo-hoo. And you might be saying to yourself, well, Lids, like, just play more Hades 2. It's not the end of the world, right? And just to pull back the curtain a little bit, my personal availability for recording more Hades 2 videos is very likely to change in the near future, which is why this is potentially very significant to me. It may or may not be the difference between me actually being able to do these things at all. I just may not have time, given how suddenly it's going to end up taking a lot longer than I'd expected. So that's why. That's where I'm coming from. So I am interested in seeing all these things, but I have a concern that if it takes a lot longer than expected, then I may just not have the time that I thought I had to do that.
This place has changed so much since I took off. If you told me half the stuff was here, you'd have had a way easier time persuading me to come back.
I wanted to see if you'd do it of your own accord. And also, surprise, You still remember the trick to locating the place?
Hard to forget it once you know the way. Though, finding a good landing spot, I'm out of practice on that front. I nearly crashed into the cauldron.
No, what happened?
I crashed into Master Odysseus instead.
Oh. I don't remember that. Alright, just out of curiosity, I mean, I doubt that changed anything here. Yeah. And then similarly, nothing here. Okay, I think that's everything here, right? We also seemingly unlocked something which we thought was going to be over here with Dora. It would allow us to get alternative skins for the familiars, costumes, whatever they are.
I don't sit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, usually it would pop up right here, but I'm not seeing anything pop up there right now, which is strange. I don't know if that's because we might have gotten everything of this category. I don't think so. So maybe that's once again just because of our time traveling. So it's just the number of things that it has affected, either directly or indirectly, is actually pretty big. And the amount that it set us back is a lot more than I expected. So that was a little alarming. I did not expect... Oh, did not see that coming. But what are you doing here, Dora? I don't remember ever seeing you here.
So you basically just stand here, saying stuff, whatever pops in your head, and those other shades and Mel, they eat it up.
They do eat it up, disciple, for it is nourishment born of the wisdom of a vast experience, well informing that which pops into my head. Now, could you please give me a break?
Okay, I hear you, Commander.
I don't think we've ever heard that before. That was cool. Can we do it now? Is it just that, well, Dora was preoccupied? She couldn't be in two places at once? Was she there at the beginning? Oh.
Moon in darkest Erebus. I urge ye spirits of the crossroads thus. Look well upon the wards about this place, which keep us hidden within night's embrace. Ensure that each is whole, its strength secure, as we hold out against our common foe. To achieve victory, we must endure the ravages on us time would bestow. So mote it be.
Alright, for what it's worth, Hecate does do that pretty often. If you leave this section of the crossroads over here and then come back, which we rarely do on the video, oftentimes I will end up doing that after I stop recording, just so that I can make sure that it saved everything that we did in the crossroads. So I have seen that kind of thing before, but may not have always been on video. But there you go. That actually does happen a fair bit. I was just trying to check if Dora is here. Was she here before? And I also am curious, you know, are the familiar changes actually here? I assumed that they were in the other room where the familiars are. Maybe not? And that would just seem to be the
Time to move stuff around.
fitting place to put them. I don't know. That's not a huge priority. Maybe we just have to come back here. Okay, now she's here. I just wanted to see... Oh, we don't have this yet. Oh, because it costs a nightmare? Maybe that's why? But there's a chance that maybe you have to get all these before you unlock a different set of stuff from Dora in this location that allows you to change up what all the familiars look like.
May any cats you run into out there bless your journey, Mel.
Okay, so it's just a replacement of something that we already had. I might even prefer the other one. We don't have one yet that is based on Hecuba, do we? Tula, Rocky... Or, Wait, there's 2 for Tula? What the heck? Why does the cat get 2 and the dog doesn't get any? That's not fair. What the heck? Alright, well anyways.
All hail our victorious princess of the underworld!
Thank you, Skelly.
I knew you'd make it here.
I think all that stuff being said, the big picture is it means if we are to still see all at least the big things through that we've been talking about for a while now, it will take several more runs, at least 10, maybe more than that, for the true ending alone, then more still, of course, for all the other stuff. So I am starting to get concerned that I may not have time to do all those things, because these videos take a long time to record and edit and whatnot, but fingers crossed that I can still make that happen. Hopefully, the new updated true ending is fantastic and it's worthwhile. This is where we'll wrap things up this time round. Thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.